Butler.
Yeah.
One must never underestimate the healing power of hatred.
Field, that's how I live my life. Every damn day.
This is Rob Roy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please notice that exits are conveniently located at the front and rear of this auditorium. When leaving the theater, we suggest that the exit at the front of the auditorium will allow you easier access to the parking areas. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Butler.
And I'm Mike Field.
And welcome to Forgotten Cinema, a show where we talk about films that seem to be forgotten by audiences, whether it be because a more popular movie was released at the same time, or the audience simply didn't catch on to a film in its initial run. We'll discuss what we love about the movie, maybe don't love about it, but we'll always recommend you revisit it. That's the other. That's our lead up. You never know. You might find your own
screwed up now.
forgotten gem. If you enjoy Forgotten Cinema, we want to hear from you. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, YouTube. We're everywhere. Everywhere.
I've been slacking on the Reddit.
With a backlog of over 350 episodes for your listening and viewing pleasure.
That's right. Good job, Mike. What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. I've just been protecting cattle in the Highlands.
Oh, here we go.
Like I'm supposed to. I did lead a life of robin before, but now I protect it with my honor. But you know what? My honor has been taken. And 1,000 guineas has been taken from me. And then my wife's honor has been taken from me. And I will have my revenge. Because I'm night of Rob Roy!
This sounds like Braveheart now. I will take my vengeance in this life for the next.
I became a much more angry Rob Roy. Rob Roy is actually pretty chill.
Oh, that's right. We are doing the 90s. We're in the 90s. My time. My time's all the time for Rob Roy. So let's get into the facts, and then we'll get into our movie discussion for the movie that Butler has never seen until late last night.
Only the fight scenes.
Oh, only the fight scenes. Excellent. All right. So Rob Roy has a runtime of 139 minutes. It's rated R. Production budget of $28 million. Came out on April 14th, 1995. Its opening weekend, it did $2 million. Domestic $32 million, international $27 million, for a worldwide total of $59 million.
Not a bad total take, but a really small initial.
The opening weekend? Yeah, well,
was it Select Theaters opening weekend?
No, that was its wide release.
Wow, so it's kind of a word of mouth movie then.
Yeah, there's no note where in terms of its release, but this feels like an Oscar season release.
Oh, yeah.
Production company and its distributor were the same, United Artists. So I said it came out on the 14th of April. Let's go back a week to the 7th, where you had wide releases of A Goofy Movie.
Hey, if you listen to each other's hearts. That's the millennial anthem right now.
Is that
It's just going on because it's Goofy's. It's like 30th anniversary last year.
Soft. You had a wide release of Bad Boys as well, Don Juan DeMarco, and Circle of Friends. So you've seen only Bad Boys.
Oh, and the Goofy movie. But yeah, Bad Boys and the Goofy movie. I don't know what the other two are.
Circle of Friends we talked about with our Return to Me episode, because that's the one where Minnie Driver's in, where she's in Ireland.
Oh, okay. Yep, we did talk about that.
And Don Juan DeMarco's with
I have heard of that. Yeah, I just never seen it.
So Don Juan DeMarco's with Johnny Depp and Marlon Brando. Anyways. The 14th, when this film came out, you had Jury Duty, The Pebble and the Penguin, and a limited release of Stuart Saves His Family. The 21st, the week after, you had wide releases of Kiss of Death,
a movie we did,
While You Were Sleeping, and The Cure, and then limited releases of Swimming with Sharks and The Basketball Diaries. This film is directed by Michael Caton Jones, or Caton Jones? Caton Jones. He's done Memphis Belle, Doc Hollywood, and This Boy's Life. Written by Alan Sharp, who's done Night Moves and The Osterman Weekend, we did that with The Pint, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cinematographer was Carl Walter Lindenlaub, who's done Independence Day, Stargate, and Seven Psychopaths. Composer was Carter Burwell, who's nominated for 3 Oscars, one for Carol, one for Banshees of Inisherin, and one for 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Always will say, when you mention that movie, that is a fantastic movie and should have won Best Picture that year.
All right.
So good. Also, didn't we do a movie with him?
We did, but I don't remember what it was.
Me neither. Okay.
But I think we've done a couple with Carter Burwell. Edited by Peter Honus, who's done LA Confidential, which he was nominated for. He's done The Shadow.
A movie we did.
And Troy as well.
Shadow a long time ago.
Shadow is season 2.
Yeah.
Speaking of the pint, John doesn't like The Shadow, and he is wrong. Liam Neeson is our Rob Roy, our title character. He's from Schindler's List, which he got nominated for. He's also in Kinsey, The Grey, and The A-Team.
The movie we did.
And you've never seen The Grey, right?
No, I have to see The Grey. Yes.
Just put it on the goddamn list. Jessica Lange as Mary. She has 6 Oscar nominations, and she's won 2. Butler, you're not going to know these.
No, I'm not.
Blue Sky and Tootsie.
Oh, I would have gotten Tootsie,
but you didn't,
if I thought longer, I could have.
But you didn't.
I did not. I would never have gotten Blue Sky. Never.
John Hurt as Mary is Rob Roy's wife. John Hurt as Montrose. This is the nobleman that Rob Roy is up against. He is nominated for an Oscar for Midnight Express and The Elephant Man. He's also in the movie 1984, Indiana Jones and the King with the Crystal Skull. Sorry, tongue tied.
Alien.
Mm-hmm.
Harry Potter.
All right. Tim Roth as Cunningham.
War Doctor.
Tim Roth as Cunningham. Rob Roy's who he fights at the end. It's kind of like Montrose's rumored to be his son, but he's his he's
a dandy.
He portrays himself as a dandy fop. He was nominated for an Oscar, right?
He did not win for this.
Nominated for an Oscar for this role. He's in The Hateful Eight, Reservoir Dogs, and The Incredible Hulk, of course, Butler's favorite. Eric Stoltz as McDonald's from Mask, Pulp Fiction, and Some Kind of Wonderful. And as my son kept telling me the other day, Back to the Future, I said, yes, I know. And he kept telling me, do you know that their scenes? I go, yes, I know. He was like, Dexter was schooling me on how Eric Stoltz used to be the original Marty McFly. I was like, I know.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good dope, though, that he knows that. That's
well,
pretty cool. He should have been like, proud dad.
I'm pretty positive that the Back to the Future trilogy is his favorite trilogy right now.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so I've done my job. Andrew Keir as Argyle.
Very perceptive Argyle.
He is not
I kept saying.
Argyle.
Every time when I saw the name pop up in the credits,
I kept thinking of the movie Argyle. But he is the other Scottish nobleman that doesn't like. Well, he's the Scottish nobleman that doesn't like the English nobleman Montrose.
Accused of being a Jacobite.
Yes, a Jacobite.
But
indeed.
Is he a Jack? He is a Jacobite in reality because Rob Roy ends up fighting for him, I believe. In the notes I read that.
In real life?
Historically,
well,
yes.
This is fictionalized.
Oh, yeah. It's based on his legend more than his real life.
So anyways, he is in Cleopatra and Quartermass and The Pit. Brian Cox as Killian, who's our instigator here, our Iago, if you will, right?
Yeah.
He's in the TV show Succession and Adaptation. And then Brian McCarty as Alistair. Alistair is Rob Roy's brother, I'm assuming, because he says brother a couple times.
He does, and he says his last name is McGregor as well.
Yes, he's also a screw-up.
Yes.
He's in The Ghost in the Darkness and Speed 2 Cruise Control, a favorite. And then Jason Fleming's in there for the background. I don't know if you know Jason Fleming. He's from like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, Deep Rising. I only have him in here because he took this role as an extra against his agent's wishes because he just wanted to be in a movie with Tim Roth, who was his idol. He's like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care.
He doesn't do anything.
Which I think is awesome. I appreciate that. So I wanted to put that out there. All right. I have seen this film a couple times.
Yes, you quote this film.
This is a film that I quote often with my buddy, and we all quote it when we watch it because it's such a quotable film. It has so many quotable moments. It also has a lot of good at the end, and the ending, the sword fight at the end is awesome. I really like that. So Butler always has to listen to that when I'm saying the lines, and he's never seen it. So we put it on the list, and obviously the rest is history. Here we go. Mike, what'd you think?
This movie's terrible.
Nice.
I'm just kidding. It's a really good movie. The sword fights are awesome. The sword fights I've mentioned a couple times in this podcast already, the show already, that I had to study the sword fights for fight class.
So not just college, not just the last one, but the other one with the first one that they have too.
The first one is what we studied more than the last one. We did study the last one. The problem with the last one when we studied it was that there were a lot of cuts that hide a lot of the action. And so the first fight was considered by my fight instructor a more, I guess, cinematic and better instructing fight because you can see the moves a little bit more. Whereas the other fight, they kind of do a couple cuts and there's a little bit behind the body thing where you're kind of hiding some of the action. While it's still an incredible fight, that the first fight is a little bit clearer to instruct and show that they're not hiding a lot of stuff and they're actually doing those fights, and it's a little bit more impressive. But yeah, those two fights were studied along with Man with the Iron Mask,
the DiCaprio film,
one of the Three Musketeers
stuff.
I'm pretty sure it was.
There's a couple of those.
Yeah.
What about the fight scene in The Count of Monte Cristo?
Yep, that was the very first one we studied.
Yeah. Which is a really good movie.
That was considered the best by my fight instructor. The best sword fight was the Count of Monte Cristo one. So I had already seen the fights, so I already knew the fights were going to be good. The movie itself it's really interesting. I think you really have to be into history, which we'll get into, like why it's forgotten, who you recommended. It's a great historical film. I think they do a great job. People have yellow teeth. They talk weird. The sets are very authentic. I mean, they actually shot in the Scottish Highlands, which you can tell. I mean, it is a gorgeous film to look at. And I think it's really well done. Tim Roth plays Alistair really well. Like,
he got nominated.
I know he got nominated, and he didn't even he thought he wanted to get fired off the project because he thought he was going too far with it. He was too eccentric, and the director was like, "Nope, go more with it." And it was the right choice. I think it's really well done. Liam Neeson's Rob Roy is a very interesting hero in that he kind of doesn't do anything. Like, he's very measured. He's very calm. Like, he's got his honor, but he's also not going to take crap. He's not going to go to prison for his honor. I think that he makes smart choices and doesn't do like a lot of the typical hero stuff where, and again, this is a legend we talked about. It's not really the real story. The real story takes place over, I think, 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
But he doesn't go charging after people and act all heroic and take out 12 guys in the middle of, that's not what this is. And I think that's really cool to show that, like a real person in these situations. So no, I think it's a really good movie. I think it's just a little bit, it's definitely for a certain audience, but that audience is me. And like you said, the lines are super quotable, even though it's a lot of fancy talk. It's a lot of kind of like highbrow talk.
It's a lot of
movie speak,
movie cinema
highbrow,
speak talk, but that's good though.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is why it's so quotable. Yeah, and I think every actor here is on the top of their game. So it's a great movie.
There you go. So
definitely up my alley.
You went from very good to great. Like, you started off this whole thing with it's always a very good movie, and now you're at great movie, and we'll stay there because it is a great film. I mean, we can get into the bunch of different things, but to your point with Rob Roy, and we keep calling him Rob Roy, but in the movie they just call him McGregor most of the time, or
Robert. They rarely call him Rob. I think they did once.
Right. So you're right though, in terms of him in the movie. I think he makes a fatal flaw. Like, everything that has happened in this film is really McGregor's. I don't want to say McGregor's fault, but it's a decision he makes to leave McDonald there to collect the money, collect the note that they did. So basically, he asked for 1,000 guinea pound.
1,000 guinea pounds, which I guess is the Scottish pound.
Yeah.
Which is 1,000th of a
back then
British pound back then. Yeah.
So he's getting a note because he's going to go buy his own cattle. He's going to raise them. He's going to sell them, and he's going to give Montrose a piece of that profit. He knows he can do it.
1,000 plus 200.
So he makes the deal, but he has to wait for the note. But but the plan for him is to leave McDonald there, which is Eric Stoltz's character, and McGregor's going back home. And it's not even the fact that they were saying, like, McDonald, that he was a gambler. Was that what they were saying?
No, he had plans to go to the New World. He wanted to go to Virginia and buy a farm at some point.
Right.
But not that he was ever really suspected. Like, the brother suspects him, but not that everyone else suspected him of being treacherous. That wasn't the thing.
But regardless of that, if it's so important, if this is such an important thing to do, why would you leave? I had
thought the same thing. I was like, just stay.
Could you give Killern the opportunity?
You give him like a whole day to go.
If you stayed and you were like, no, I'll wait for you, McDonald, go home, make sure everything's okay. Right. I will sit here and wait for the note. He's not going to go to, even if he does go to what's his face, Cunningham, to try to do this. McGregor's going to be like, that's not what we're doing here. This is what we're doing.
Yes, he would not he not have taken the coin.
So now he's opening the door for this whole thing to happen. Okay, granted, it's a plot point, Mike. The movie's not going to have him to do that. But still, if McGregor is this smart leader, you wouldn't leave. You would stay there and do that. So that was like the one thing watching it now. I was just like, this is of your own making. And, the
other thing is, I don't understand the motivation of Killern. I don't
well, he's gonna. I think he doesn't. I don't remember, but I would imagine he's making some money off of this as well.
I mean, I guess they don't talk about it.
They don't talk about the split.
He's got to have gotten something off the split, but he's not friends with Cunningham. They don't like each other. Cunningham doesn't like him. I don't understand why he meekly goes to Cunningham and bows. Cunningham is broke, has nothing, and he's risking his position with Montrose. And I don't understand. I don't understand that. Like, I just needed something that shows me that maybe Keelan was in debt as well with somebody, that he had debts to pay off.
So you're looking at a reasoning for Keelan to do this. Yes,
yeah, he's very Iago. I think that was a great comparison. and very much like a classic literature thing, which is a cool thing to do. But I don't understand. Like, Iago has motivations,
right?
And to betray his friend, to betray Othello. I don't get Keelan.
If he goes to Cunningham and says, "This is 1,000 guinea, whatever it is, 1,000 guineas." I'm just gonna say 1,000 guineas. Yep. And he's like, "Listen, we split it." If he just throws that line in there, maybe we missed it. And then okay, that's fine. He wants to make some money,
I guess. Yeah.
There's a couple scenes in this film. One, the fight at the end. And then obviously the scene when they attack Roy's house, McGregor's house, who then leaves, which I don't get. McGregor leaves after running off and holding a knife to Cunningham and basically spit in the face of Montrose, metaphorically. And so they're going to hunt him down. Goes home. He's got to go off into the hills and hide, but the family's going to stay. I know he tells her to go to your sisters or whatever, but she doesn't, or she doesn't in time. And they don't believe that they're going to come over the water to the house.
Right.
But they do. And can I just say it?
You could say violate her.
Yeah. Okay, fine. We're not allowed to say the R word for YouTube, but anyways, and not that R word. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Anyways, so anyway, they come over and yes, they burn down the house. They shoot the cattle. They shoot the sheep.
Shoot the dog.
They shoot the dog. The kids escape, and obviously Cunningham violates Rob Roy's wife.
Do the kids escape?
Yeah, she pushes.
That's right. She pushes him at the back. Yeah, that's right.
So in that scene, speaking of Killian, and we can talk about. There's a lot of stuff I love in that movie. Scene, a lot of the quotes I love too. Not obviously what happens, but in that scene when Cunningham is violating Mary. Killian is watching, but like he's got a look on his face that he's disgusted. He thinks thinks Cunningham's going too far.
Yes.
But he just like, he doesn't want to be there. It's uncomfortable for him to be in the room. And then he says that line to her after they're leaving. And he says, he says to Mary, he's like, they say it's not a sin if you don't take pleasure in it, which is an awful line to say. It's a great movie line.
Right.
But it is so heinous of a line. And so then I'm like, okay, no, is he trying to offer her, is that his way of trying to offer her some solace? Or is that him just digging the knife in? And then he watches, and as they're at the shore, Mary goes out to shore and she starts washing herself, like to get rid of what has happened.
Right.
And he looks at her again, and it's almost like he's impressed by her. I don't understand Killian's motivations, and I'm not that. I think Brian Cox is doing a really awesome job in this scene.
Right.
I don't know what Killian is at this moment, or you know what I mean? Or is he just a chameleon? Like he kind of doesn't have any true face.
I think he's disgusted. I think there's also a little bit of a voyeur quality to when he's watching. Like he definitely has a tiny bit of a smirk, even though he's also grossed out. Mm-hmm. He does think it's wrong. I think that line isn't for Mary. I think that line is for him.
Okay.
To try to
justify it?
Not justify it, but be like, listen, I'm going to give you some words of comfort. And that's like, this is the only thing I can think of to comfort you. But like, that's my repentance. That's me saying, oh, sorry for being there and letting it happen or whatever. Yeah. And it's nothing. It's a nothing. And it's disgusting what he says because he's a little toad that allowed it to happen.
Right.
And it's just like your fate is sealed when you did that. Like you're dead by the end of this movie, dude. You're not getting out of it. And he knows it was the wrong thing to say, or he knows it wasn't enough to say to get him out of this moment. Because then he has this, again, awesome. Because I think, like you said, he plays this scene incredibly well. He has that, like he says it and then he retreats into his own jacket. And like him doing that was just like a great move. And I was like, That's us. That little like head move is like Oscar worthy right there. I love that, like hiding himself and being disgusted by his own words and actions. I thought that was really good. But I think that line is for him because I think he's self-serving.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that line is he knows it's wrong and disgusting and he watched it anyway. And he probably took some pleasure in it, even though he knew it was disgusting. And so he's trying to repent and get rid of his own sin or whatever.
Which comes back to haunt him later because obviously,
and rightfully so.
Revenge.
She cut me. It's bad. It's bad. And he's splashing
and
dirty
then Alan's just like not bad enough, and he drowns.
It's the one thing that I like that this kid does.
I know that like it's not as bad as my Saving Private Ryan take with Apone, or is it Apone? I can't remember. I think that's his name. Is the Jeremy Davies character, which I think we've talked about before. Is like I can't when he allows the German to kill.
Stab the other guy. Yep.
What's the actor's name? Played the Hebrew Hammer. He's in Friends for like 3 episodes. Adam Goldberg. Is that right?
That sounds right.
Fuck.
But continue.
But anyways,
I'll have the correction above your head.
He watches. He can't do it. And he's standing there with the gun, and he just watches. Like he's like, no, and he watches his friend die. And then later on, they capture that German, and then Davey shoots him, kills him, and then there's just like upward shot of him, like he's a hero. It's a hero shot. I've always hated that shot, and I've always said that if I've ever met Steven Spielberg, which will never happen, that I would tell him, I go, I don't understand why you did this shot because you gave him a hero image. I don't think he's a hero in that scene. He let his friend die, much like that.
Yeah,
Alistair coming back and drowning him and killing Killian is kind of like too little too late for me. But also, like, what was Alistair going to do if he saw them coming across? Was like a band of like 20, 25 people. He's up on the hill. What is he going to do? He's not going to stop them by himself.
His job was to alert the others.
Right, but
they were all he didn't do his job.
Yeah. Okay. But so like he's
sleeping on the hill.
So him killing Killian was too little too late.
Yes.
But it's a nice moment because you're like, yeah, but you're also like, yeah, but dude, like you really effed up here.
Well, yeah. Well, he doesn't get a hero shot. And then he messes up again. Big time.
Oh, when he shoots.
He shoots the guy.
Oh, he just doesn't learn. Yeah.
It's like.
And then he gets one of the other guys killed because McGregor has to carry him. And the other guy's like helping cover and he gets blown away. Speaking of that old guy, how old is his wife? Like the girl that he's with at the fire when they're at the campsite.
Right.
I'm like, she's got to be 16. And he's clearly 50.
He lived that Highland life. There's another guy, too. There's one guy in town who's dead on the ground.
Yeah.
And then the lady.
That's
her.
the guy. That's her.
They dragged the body. That's right. Okay. Yeah. No, I had the same thing. I was like, damn.
I just want to go back to the scene in the house with what happens with Mary because it has one of the 2 pieces of dialogue back and forth that I love. I love this.
Go ahead. Go get the quotes.
I love when after Cunningham does his business,
violates her,
and Tim Roth plays the ending of the movie is good. Is a really good movie because it's a really good scene, but also the end of the movie, like you want that to happen. Like what happens to Cunningham? Like that is earned.
He earns his death.
That is earned because Cunningham is not a good person. So he says to Mary, he's like, think of yourself a scabbard, Mr. McGregor. I'm not going to do the accent. And I the sword and a fine fit you were too. And then Mary comes back with an awesome line, which I always say, me and my buddy always say, like, I will think on you dead until my husband makes you so, and then I will think on you no more. It's such a great line. It's really just kind of like, it's definitely a way of thinking in terms of like, I'm not going to let you live rent free in my house. I'm not going to let you do that. And once you're gone, that's it. It's over. Like, that's a great way to live, but it's also a tough way to be. It's a tough,
and it's untrue. She does let him live in his head.
She does.
But yeah, it's a great way to like kind of pretend that you're not.
Yeah.
And I love the shot of her fixing her hair before as the house is burning down with the fire around her before she comes out.
And then like Killian's like, she's going to be violating her is one thing, but letting her burn a lot another. And then he's like, she'll be out.
Yeah, I think he says shagging. Shagging is one thing.
The hate. Yeah.
And then, but letting her burn is a completely other. You won't get away with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she comes out in defiance and like, you could tell like she's walking out, but she's like limping because she's sore. And, and it's a Jessica Lange really really knocked. I mean, everybody is at the top of their game.
I will say, as much as I don't like the character of Alistair because he makes all the stupid decisions, when he realizes what happened to Mary, that's also like the expression on his face is great. When he's like, "Did they hurt you?" Oh, Mary.
And you kind of and then that carries over to when they have the big fire scene. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do,
and he's looking he
at
wants to say it,
but it doesn't carry over to the scene when he shoots when he causes
when he shoots the soldier.
Only in the fact that he is like he's like like he shouldn't be. He should still be angry. He should still be angry with himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but his whole thing is, I got a shot and look at me.
Right.
I'm the big man.
Yeah. It shouldn't be that. It should be still a carryover effect from
but then I would like him more. Then that would change. And now I don't. He stays the guy I thought he was. Which doesn't make sense because he's been on Rob's crew. It's not like he doesn't know strategy. Like there's like 20 guys with horses and guns. Mm-hmm. Like there's 20 guns.
I mean, it takes him a while to fill those guns.
But that's it. That's 20 bullets compared to your 4 bullets because you can't reload afterward. Like that one dude who decides to shoot Alistair in the back of the head.
Yes.
Like, why not stab him? He doesn't know you're there. You're 2 feet away from him, and he wastes his round. And then Rob kills him because he could have had that round. It's just a stupid decision by that officer. I was like, just stab him.
Speaking of Roth thinking that he was going to get fired, did you see that Roger Deakins was actually the cinematographer on this and he got canned?
I did. He did about half the movie and then he got fired.
And I couldn't find out the director and fired him, and I couldn't figure out why. I went and see like, is there a reason why they canned him? And then I was like, what scenes did he light?
Because he's too good.
I don't know. And I guess you find that out with Brian Cox's memoir or whatever, saying it later on that he didn't get along with the director. And one of the reasons was because he just fired Roger Deakins, and like I guess he just didn't like the way he didn't like the way he handled the crew, fired Roger Deakins, and he didn't like the way he didn't respect the script, I guess. Okay.
So I guess he changed the script. The script has so many great lines. So it's like, so was the script not that good and there weren't that many great lines and he kept changing it day of, or little things? But yeah, he said he didn't respect the script as well.
Well, maybe he wasn't putting enough onus on it. Maybe he wasn't concerned with what they were saying in the script. Maybe he was more concerned with whatever else. I don't know.
Right.
It was the first time I heard it, and I was like I said, I was trying to figure out like, well, which part did Deacon shoot? Like, is the scene when it's dark and lit by fire? Is that him, or is that
all the good shots are Roger?
or is it Lindenlaub? So who knows? So I thought that was interesting that they didn't get along, and which again. There's probably a long list of people that Brian Cox doesn't like or doesn't get along with. Which is fine.
I think that seems to be everything pulled from his memoir of what he doesn't like.
Right, which is fine. He's very opinionated. But he's a really good actor.
Yes.
He's even good in the Uber Eats commercials. So.
He was. When you were naming things that he was doing, and I go, don't forget the Uber Eats commercials.
I know.
And I think he's also the voice of McDonald's now.
Yes. He's been for a while. He's been the voice for a while. But yeah. Because he sings the song. Yeah. All right, well, we talked about the ending a little bit, but did you want to kind of go into the sword fight and kind of, or just kind of the ending in and of itself? Like,
we could. I think the ending is what it is. It's like, let's wrap this up. That's how it feels to me.
Okay.
All of a sudden, Rob comes back. He's nowhere near as beat up as he was before.
Walking cures you, I guess.
Yeah. He finds Mary, which we don't understand how he finds Mary when she's on her now 4th house or something.
And they're living on Argyle's land now.
They're now living on Argyle's land. He's given them land because Mary has gone to him and been like, listen, my husband messed up his life for you.
Well, he wouldn't.
On his own honor, not because he likes you, but he wouldn't perjure you.
Yes.
He would perjure himself.
Wouldn't call you a Jacobite.
Because he doesn't really know you. He doesn't think of it. He's like, oh, I didn't know your husband honors me so. Oh, he thinks you're just as bad as Montrose.
Oh, no, don't get me wrong. He thinks you're terrible.
Yeah, but like he's not going to mess with you just for no reason. And so Argyle takes a shine to that and gives Mary another home in the Highlands. Don't burn this one. And then Rob goes to him and says, listen, stake me. Let's get a duel going. I'll beat this guy's ass and you can make some money on it if you want to. Or Argyle decides to wager money on it. And then, they just go and all of a sudden it's like, well, let's wrap this up real nice with the sword fight.
He goes in to wager money, but then he ultimately just is like, he
goes in expecting to wager money. And then at the end, he's just like so impressed with Rob's honor and chutzpah and confidence that he's like, if he wins, you forgive everything. And if he loses, I will pay everything.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. And so it neatly wraps up what's historically a 7-year journey into the sword fight between Rob and Archie Cunningham. And then you get this great duel between us, like a dueling sword and a giant broadsword, which I think is interesting.
Hey, you choose your weapon.
And Rob gets his ass kicked, really, which we talked about a little bit off air. My one thing is like Rob sucks at sword fighting compared to Richie. Richie only loses because of his hubris, and I get that that's a theme you're trying to say, but I would really like Rob to not be so bad and like Richie to be like, oh, wow, this guy's actually like a contender. But it's not like that. It's more just Richie is playing with Rob the entire time. And Rob just happens to not care about getting tetanus in his hand.
You don't know what tetanus was back then?
How many times can you grab metal and not get...
Rob Roy's a real man.
Yeah.
McGregor.
I don't let viruses get... I just do this, and then I stick my body in a dead cow, and I'm fine.
Did you like that thing?
Oh, that scene was gross.
It was gross.
It was cool. I liked Liam Neeson played it really well. Like you could tell, like he was dying inside the cow.
Well, it's not a real cow.
Well, yeah, but like you could. The kid's expression was just like one of like.
Do you think that they were referencing Empire Strikes Back?
I mean, I don't see how you. It has to be in the back of your mind. I don't think you could climb inside the body of another creature and not think, it's Empire Strikes Back. It's just got to be in your mind. But when he's pulling out all the rotten guts too, I was like,
whatever that was, the stomach or whatever that was, like
stomach, intestines, and spleen or whatever. Yeah,
it was gross.
It was pretty cool. But the fight is well done. They got some nice wide shots in there. Clearly playing with swords. I mean, Liam Neeson is huge. I mean, I know Tim Roth is small. He's like my height. But Liam Neeson's like your height. So like the height difference there is like the reach.
Yeah.
That's why Cunningham must be the best swordsman in the world because reach plays into a lot in terms of like fist fights and sword fights.
Yeah. But he's dead. So it doesn't matter. He's a loser.
He gets chopped, which is a great shot as well.
It's a nice, I want to say it's CGI. I want to say they've got some kind of.
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I mean,
because I couldn't tell if it was CGI or such a good cut that it looks like and then go to a prosthetic.
I mean, maybe when he's down on the ground, but like when he's like sitting there, because the sword comes straight down his shoulder and it just basically goes right through his heart.
It tears through him.
And he's just like, awesome. And I couldn't tell if it was like, I don't know, because they didn't really like hang on it too much.
No, it's pretty quick, which gives you just enough time to go, like.
I just love how I mean, I know they're all Scottish lords and noblemen, but like, I mean, it's a pretty horrific death.
And no one goes,
no one reacts. Yeah. No one's like, oh, did you see that? Like nobody says anything. They're just kind of like,
excellent. Wonderful.
So I don't know, but it was good. The other thing, there's the theme in this film is also the one of the themes in this movie is when McGregor tells his kids like about honor. Now, honor is a gift.
That's a good line.
A man gives himself. And that's kind of, it seems like that's McGregor's theme throughout.
Oh, honor. Yeah. No one else believes
nobody else kind of, I mean, maybe you could say Argyle is kind of sympathetic to it or feels like, maybe like kind of like that's why he takes on McGregor and kind of feels a kinship to him because
he's got a respect for the honor, which I think, even if you don't necessarily believe it, you have to have some respect for it, which Montrose clearly doesn't.
The Killian obviously no.
Killian doesn't.
Even like the guy that I can't remember, Guthrie, who like is just hell bent on being
an idiot.
Killed by McGregor.
Come on, I can't kill me right now.
Yeah,
it's like
he has that thing where he's like to the first cut, and he's just like, good job. And like, so which is great. Then
maybe another time when we're both sober.
And then he still wants to fight him. So he gets run through real quick.
But he doesn't want to fight him as bad the second time. When he's like, I'll hunt him down. Give me the job. And then Rob just appears and he's like, Killian's like, here's your chance, buddy. You want to earn some money? And you can tell Guthrie's like, oh. And then he kind of, all right. Like he doesn't want to do it, but now he's stuck. And I thought that was great. He dies so fast.
Yeah.
It's like I'm waiting for another sword fight. I'm like, ooh, close quarters sword fight. And Rob just turns him around and shanks him.
I think that's the way Guthrie has to die because he's not good.
Because he sucks.
Yeah. Which is ridiculous. And again, though, in his fight with Cunningham's playing with him as well. So not much of a match there either way. So.
I love that line though. We talk about off air. when they go, oh, he's here on his mother's request. Cunningham's here on his mother's request because he got into too many proclivities back home.
Yeah.
And like he's like smiling. He's the dandiest of all the dandies.
I mean, I'm sure in England, and I'm sure in England, like there's more of the type of person that Cunningham is.
Oh, yeah,
but
absolutely.
In Scotland, it's not. Yeah, he's sent away to Scotland, and it's a little bit more rough and tumble.
So Argyle is like, oh, what was it, buggering or whatever?
Oh, yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
And Archie's got the good line of, I only buggered once in my youth. I only buggered a boy once in my youth. And in my defense, I thought him a girl at first. But you could see when they asked like what his proclivities was. Oh, drink, gambling, perhaps a boy. And you could see in Archie's smile, you're like, oh no, it's killing. That's killing. Like you could tell like he's a mess. Like you could just again, Tim Roth is so good in this movie. You can tell like it's not any of that. Like you can tell there's something sinister there.
And you only get that in the scene with Mary in the house. When he shoots the dog, you actually get that anywhere else. Like, that
Archie's more that
like you don't get him. He doesn't kill somebody indiscriminately. Like you don't get any of that, which maybe would be cool to have.
It would be
to kind of further
killing Guthrie or maybe wounding Guthrie, or like he does take like when the first time that Keeler interrupts him, he takes him by the throat.
I take it back, Mike. He kills McDonald.
Oh, he does kill McDonald right through with the tree because he can't have any evidence.
McDonald tries to hide the bag of guineas up on the tree, and then Cunningham's right there. It's like
Cunningham's right in front of him. Yeah, I was like, where did he appear that he didn't see him?
Come on, let's give you some Let me give you some movie critic quotes. Butler,
critic quotes.
Your boy Ebert. This is a splendid, rousing historical adventure, an example of what can happen when the best direction, acting, writing, and technical credits are brought to bear on what might look like shopworm material. He's a big fan.
I don't understand what looks like shopworm material.
I think he's saying that it shopworn material. I think he's saying like you've seen this before. Like
okay, yeah, like honor and kind of medieval. Well, it's not medieval.
Well, a lot of the themes and the best description I saw about the film was from, I believe, was the writer who says that this basically, Alan Sharp. He said they conceived this as a Western in the Scottish Highlands. So if you've seen a lot of Westerns,
it kind of is. Yeah, the way Rob Roy plays it's all calm, cool, and like
it's very, you could take this film, rewrite it, make it in a Western, and people will probably love it. And then you could be like, it's Rob Roy.
With land ownership and the big ranch hand and cat. Oh,
and there's countless other Westerns that have had this before. I think that's what he's saying here. But I do have one that doesn't like this film. Rita Kempley from the Washington Post.
I was waiting for it to be Janet Maslin.
No, she has a couple of things, but they were so haphazard. I didn't bother. Frankly, Rob Roy is about as bright as one of his cows. He doesn't even recognize that his obsession with honor will lead to the destruction of his clan.
I mean, that's true, but that's part of the point of the movie. That's something that's brought up in the movie. So you not liking you thinking the character's decision is stupid is brought up in the movie. We talked about it a little earlier too. It's like he's the only one that believes in that honor, and it does destroy him. And Rob reckons that too when he's talking to Mary. And he's like, it's my fault. It's my honor that got you violated. It's my honor that brought shame to this house. It's my honor that caused us to move 3 times. He says that. That's a stupid. You can not like the movie for other reasons. I don't know what those reasons would be, but that's brought up. That's part of the movie.
But the destructions of the clans is happening whether he's honorable.
Oh yeah, they're all breaking up and moving away.
Regardlessly, it's happening. That's what's happening with a civilized country and a society. That needs to happen. So it doesn't matter how honorable he is; it's going to happen. Speaking of McGregor, he has that really cool moment where you find out that Mary's pregnant. She doesn't know who the father is. I mean, you're going to find out if he's not a redhead or she's not a redhead when she comes out, but the other 2 kids are. But regardless of that, and she tells him, I couldn't bear killing the child, and McGregor has that great line, which is you want, every man to have in this situation. He's like, it's not the child that needs killing, obviously you don't want, but it's not her fault. It's just nothing. Right, it's not the kid's fault. It's not, anything like that. So I think but to that point, there are a lot of honorable people who would turn it the other way around and be like, you're dishonored and whatnot.
Well, what I like is that comes after the scene with Archie.
Right.
And Archie's like, you better put a stick in. If I had a stick, I'd help you put it in there. Like he has that terrible line about, if I had a stick, I'd help you put it in there and twist it out.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, it's too far gone, Archie. I love you. Blah.
Oh, that's Betty.
That's Betty. Yeah, Betty. Yeah, he's got that terrible line about helping rip it out of her.
Yeah.
So that Rob gets the hero's line of,
yes,
ain't the child that needs killing.
This is like, this is a classic white hat, black hat. This is the classic you know the good guy and you know the bad guy. And when they meet, you want the good guy to be, you want him to kill the bad guy, and that happens. And that's why I think this movie is so is looked upon so favorably, because it kind of what it sets up, it delivers. I think, and there's a lot of hundred of great lines. But Butler, why would you recommend this to anybody?
If you like history stuff, this is a great history movie. Like I said, it's well done. It's a period of time you don't get very often.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you get the dandy fops, and they're so ridiculous. And that period of time didn't last too long. So it's interesting to see.
It's more of a French thing too.
It is. That's why it didn't carry over into England for as long as
speaking
it
of
was
that,
in France.
I watched the series.
Which also. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I watched the series Franklin on Apple.
I remember you saying that. Yeah,
it's about when
him going to France, right?
It's him in France negotiating the treaty with the British after the American Revolution. Then John Adams goes over there, and
after I thought he was asking for arms.
No, it's at the end. It's like they're kind of like bartering on like what they're gonna do. It's with what's the other guy's name? Patrick J? No, I just knew his name. F me. Anyways, so but it deals also with the French court, because his grandson, Franklin's grandson, is trying to be in the French court, and you just see a lot of what you're talking about.
Right.
There's a lot of that going on. Lafayette's in this, because in the movie, because it's sort of the end of the war, Lafayette's there, and he goes over to America. So there's his grandson befriends Lafayette and stuff like that. So it's a lot of that kind of stuff. And I know everyone's thinking of Hamilton right now that I said Lafayette, but that's fine. But there was no dancing and rap in this one, but it was, the show's okay. The show is from.
You said it was kind of slow and boring.
It was very slow. It was very like, it was like 10 episodes or 9 episodes, and I'm like, could this be 6? And I started watching. This was another show that I started with Jody. And we got about 2-3 episodes in, and she was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. And I was just like, and it just sat there on the continue watching. And rather than me sit there and erasing it, I was just like, I'm just going to watch it. And then I watched. So I kind of like limped to the end there.
The completionist through and through. I'm proud of you, buddy.
I mean, I have your friends and neighbors there now too. And I'm just like, because there was another one we started that she wasn't into. And I was just kind of like, it's fine. Anyways.
But we got Benjamin. So the Dandy Fops. It's a period of time you don't see, because you do see stuff like the French. It did really bother me. They kept calling the Marquise instead of Marquis. Yeah. Because you're used to that when you look at French society, but you don't look at that kind of dandy fop society in England, because it didn't last that long in England. Mm-hmm. But it was a time that happened. You're talking pre-American Revolution, but you're only 50, 60 years from it. Yeah. It's a time you don't really, you get knights and noblemen, or you get American Revolution colonization films and stories. You don't get this kind of in-between time very often.
True.
Or if you do, you go as late as maybe Shakespeare's time, and you don't go that much further. And I think it's a really interesting time period to look at.
Last of the Mohegans was what, World War One?
Last of the Mohegans,
not World War One.
Civil War? No, it's pre-Civil War. It's American.
Pre-American Revolution.
Is it pre or like right after? No, it is pre.
Is it?
You're right. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
I'd have to. I want to rewatch it. I think I have it on our list.
I watched it 2 months ago.
Oh, you did just watch it,
and I can't. Completely forgotten. No, maybe it is Revolutionary War time.
I want to put it on the list because I haven't seen it since I don't want to
watch it again.
Forever. I'm putting it on the list. That means we can watch it forever.
Watch it at your own time.
You watch it. But I think that's an interesting thing. I think, like I said, the way they play the period, yellow teeth, it's kind of dirty. He wakes up and uses a chamber pot, Cunningham at the beginning, which Killeran's going to give to the Scottish people.
I think that's a joke.
It's a joke.
Because they're there. They don't like the Scots. Like that's
they do not. Yeah. That's what the Scots are hoping the Jacob to replace the king that was exiled or excommunicated or whatever to come back, because the queen is not a fan and her people. I think it's an interesting time and period. I think that they handle it really well. They show the dirt and grime. They show how people live. If you love history, I think this is a great film to watch. If you like sword fights and cinematic fights, it's a great thing to watch.
Last Mohegans is during the French and Indian War in 1757.
Oh, so before, yeah. There you go.
Excellent. Before somebody like slams us in the comments. So why is it forgotten then? Why are we saying it's
because of what I said? I think that's a small group of people.
It shouldn't be forgotten.
It shouldn't be forgotten. I think also for recommended if you love film because it's so quotable.
Oh, I'm sorry. I jumped the gun.
That's fine. But I think that
it's fine.
I think that's still a smaller group of people. I think it's a 1995 movie, and like we said, for some reason, mid-90s movies, unless they're like crazy big.
Well, how about this?
Seem to disappear.
Do you feel like this is like a dude movie? Like this is just
absolutely,
guys.
I last time I said something was a dude movie, you were like, whoa.
Well, I'm asking you, do you think it's because this is a dude movie?
I think there's very little. I mean, Mary's a strong character.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah. But she's the only female.
She's the only,
besides Betty.
Betty, who is not a strong female character. It's really about dudes fighting for that woman's honor, like Mary's honor.
Yeah.
And honor and McGregor, and that women only have soft hearts, and that's why we need to protect them, is a line that he says. It's a great line, but it's also kind of underplaying
and
women.
You have that violating scene.
And the violating scene, it really is a guy movie, which limits your audience. It's historical. It's about the Scottish Highlands. They're all wearing kilts. It's a white guy movie too, in that kind of sense, because it's like it's not really a wide audience kind of movie.
How about what are these things? That they were blankets or smocks, or they're not? Anyway,
they're full on kilts with also pockets. They're very functional.
That's like it's their clothing. It's what they sleep in. Apparently, it's what they bathe in. It's like what is this thing? Like it's like it's a it's.
I want one. It looks comfy. It's like you're wearing a Snuggie pocketbook.
It's
backpack.
What stopped you from seeing Liam Neeson's manhood at one point when he came out.
It's like, kind of there in silhouette.
When he came out of the lake, I'm just like, oh, we're gonna get a shot of this. What's going on here? And I leaned forward, like, no. I was like, hey, now.
At one point in the film, he brushes Mary's face with his hand, and they switch to like behind the shoulder to show Mary, and it's definitely a stand-in because. Whoever is touching her face has the weirdest, widest thumb I have ever seen. And they go back to Liam Neeson's, and it's a regular person's thumb. Nice. So whoever was a stand-in touching Mary's face in that shot, maybe it is Liam Neeson, and they were like, well, we got to hide the thumb a little bit. That's a weird thumb. That was a weird looking thumb.
Yeah. A lot of sex in this film too in the beginning.
I was thinking that. I was like, they really get it on. But I guess what else they got to do?
Oh, shit. Damn.
I got no TV, got no distractions.
Well, I guess he's like, they play it off like he's supposed to be a little younger, but he's 51 in the real, at the end of the real feud with the Montrose, he was 51 years old. And then he was pardoned and he was 56. But they play it off like he's, and I would assume in his like 30s in this, right?
I mean, it's the old times, so maybe he's 18 and he just looks 40. But yeah, they definitely play him as like late 30s, early 40s, like an experienced person, but not necessarily an old, not like the wise man of the tribe or whatever.
So I'm really glad that you like this film. I hope that I thought you thought the film was great. I'm going to hold you to that. So I'm glad that
hold me to that
because you guys started off saying like, it's very good. Then you were like, it's great. I'm like, yeah, but I really like this movie quite a bit. I always ask you who you recommend it, but I never tell you who I think would recommend it half the time. Anybody should watch this. I think it's forgotten for the reasons that you had said. I think it's more. I think a lot of guys like this film more than women. It's just not something that appeals to that.
Yeah.
To them.
It's also on MGM Plus. Just Amazon and MGM Plus. Just merge onto Amazon.
You're just not gonna get that.
But I think Scottish Highland stuff, medieval stuff, when medieval movies come out or like sword fighting kind of like movies come out in theaters, you could put this on your front splash page and people would watch it. St. Patrick's Day, I know it's Scottish, but like when you're in that kind of mood, I think that would help. But you don't have that kind of, which we talk about all the time. You're hiding 90s movies. Well, I don't know why.
But if you're going to pick a Liam Neeson movie to watch on St. Patrick's Day, wouldn't it be Michael Collins?
Well, yeah, but it's not an action film.
I don't know if I have the poster anymore. I don't think I did, but I had the original poster when they had him holding the gun, and they removed it because I guess they didn't want that image on the poster, and they had him holding the Irish flag. But I have it when he holds the gun. I think I still have it.
Ooh.
I know, right? All right, Michael, let them know they can find us.
You can find us at ForgottenCinemaPodcast.com or wherever you get your shows. You're watching, listening to us right now. Rate, subscribe. What's your favorite like sword fight scene in any film? Lightsabers notwithstanding. Let us know in the comments below. And why don't you go ahead and give us a subscribe? Go on our Patreon. Check us out there. We've got exclusive episodes. We got our look back series. We got merch discounts. We've got Patreon chat. We've got our audience choice. You get double votes there. I'm sure that's coming up again. It seems to always come up every like few weeks, even though we only do it once a season. So check that out. If you like us, we have now showings going on. We have lead up series going on. This comes out in I think April. So we're doing a lot of stuff in April or May. This is May. We got Mandalorian and Grogu coming out. So if you Liam Neeson with Qui-Gon Jinn, so there's a connection there. I guess there's a super loose connection.
It was in there 8 movies ago.
Yeah. Check that out. And that's what I got. Oh, and go to our merch store and get some merch.
All right, and something that I haven't been doing the last couple episodes. Join us next week as we take on the Robert Redford, James Gandolfini movie, The Last Castle. So that is our film for next week. So try to find it if you can. If not, we'll find it. So anyways, that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Mike Butler.
I'm Mike Butler.
And this has been Forgotten Cinema. That is a song for Forgotten Cinema.
Right now it's playing.